Welcome back to Grubby versus ToD in the Intel Extreme Masters Season 2 Winner Bracket Semi-Finals. It is now map number 2. Grubby is up 1-0. We are on Twisted Meadows. The Orc player, this time in red, spawning at the bottom left, and ToD, this time in yellow, spawning at the top left. And he's going for the fast build on his Altar of Kings, so he is going to quite quickly be able to creep the Goblin Lab as usual. Grubby, well, I'm curious to see whether he's gonna go for BM here again or for the Farseer. TM, certainly one of the more common maps to choose the latter. Doesn't, of course, by any means mean that we're gonna see a Farseer here, but we'll keep an eye on the Altar of Storms. On the side of ToD, of course, it is the IEM, which he's choosing here as his first hero. On the other side, it is actually the Farseer by Grubby. PN starts scouting here, so scouting with a pretty regular timing, which means by the time the Farseer is out, Grubby is going to know that ToD is not at the bottom right, that ToD is not creeping the lab close to him, but he's not yet going to know whether ToD is at the top right or the top left spawn position. So I'm assuming Grubby is not just going to blindly run up here and take the chance that ToD may be at the top left and may have taken some damage by the creeps. So Grubby with the 20 supply peon here before the shop. We'll see if he's still going to go for the shop right now as he's reaching the 130 gold. The answer to that question is no. So we're gonna see him go for attack somewhat more quickly. Farseer is heading out onto the map, sending one wolf to scout. The rest of the army, quotation marks, is heading towards the middle here. So yeah, it looks like he's still gonna go for some harassment initially. So not gonna creep level 2 or anything like that. By the way, ToD has not found an XP tome here, but a Robe of the Magi, that is quite the pleasant item drop for him. And this time he sees the wolf. He now knows that this is a Farseer first by Grubby, who's coming in for some harassment. The footman sees what's happening. And at this point, of course, Grubby, given that his tech is, wow, once again a super early bomb by Grubby, given that his tech is going to be starting in just a couple seconds with the Farseer, all he wants to do is just win some time here, basically just force the peasants to turn into militia here and there, just delay the tech, just delay the lumber harvesting, maybe get a peasant killed if ToD allows him to do so, but mainly get his tech finished more quickly than the human and get into a comfortable position come late game. So he sees that ToD is just camping in front of his base with everything, so he decides to take the time that was given to him to get some XP on his first hero. Tech has started by now, shop is coming as well. As we can see, ToD has not yet started his tech. He's still a little bit away from the 210 lumber, but just basically dropping the lumber, bringing the lumber to the main with all of his peasants. Did the job. A large number of peasants, by the way, here, so I'm not expecting just standard play on tier 2, like something is a little bit iffy here. These are like, what, 10 peasants on lumber? It's quite a bit, and once again, they are forced into militia shape. Grubby, by the way, got the Forest Troll Shadow Priest here, and hasn't really healed a lot with that yet, so I guess he's just waiting for ToD to spawn another Water Mantle, but ToD has been quite greedy with his summoning of Water Mantles, has saved up a lot of mana on the IEM. One footman has to be sent back here. Let's see if the Water Mantle is going to be dispelled in just a second by the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. If ToD allows to get Grubby's Forest Troll Shadow Priest in range of the Water Mantle, I guess we'll see that quite quickly. Wave 1 Arcane Tower is being upgraded right now. Shop is coming as well. He really doesn't seem to want to use the Dispel here. Interestingly enough, he clearly had the chance already. Oh, yeah, some more skirmishing here. Neither of the players really taking all too much damage. Especially Grubby is doing a good job just keeping the damage taken to a minimum. ToD is pulling a bunch of militia here. I'm assuming he's gonna want to try and creep this one out for level 3. Now a Dispel is coming in. And let's see, he does get the last hit, I believe. No, he didn't get the last hit, so that was a deny by ToD. So nicely done there with the fireball of the IEM dealing the last hit, and actually the militia are being sent back. ToD soon to finish his tech, and look at it. Despite the fact that he has like 10 peasants here on lumber, he's only got a little bit more than 200 saved up. That was again denied by ToD. So he really makes sure that Grubby is getting as little experience as possible here. Yeah, despite the fact that there's such a large number of lumber peasants for ToD, he hasn't really been able to gather the lumber necessary to get like double Arcane Sanctum and the second hero immediately on tier 2. By the way, the first of the Null Wardens has gone to ToD. The second one is going to Grubby though with the last hit. So both are showing their Doda skills here. Beastmaster second is the hero choice on the side of ToD this time. TC second, the one on the side of Grubby. Once again, he did get the rather quick Watchtower, one Spirit Lodge coming. And he, even though he's got more than enough resources to add a Beast 3, he decides not to do so, at least just yet. The IEM is taking some more damage here. But now with the Cool Beast and the Beastmaster should be able to hold his ground here. One Arcane Sanctum coming only. Well, ToD, for all he knows, this could be Wind Riders as well. Hasn't scouted the Orc main in quite a while. But with the Beastmaster second and with the Lumber Mill finished already, he seems to be quite safe against that. I'm assuming eventually we'll see a scroll for regeneration here to get these footmen somewhat more healthy again. Farseer just continues being freaking annoying here. In the meantime, the TC is going to be able to start creeping here, going for a rather ambitious creep initially. But with the 4 grants and the TC and the first Shadow Priest, he should be able to get that one without too much trouble. Second Arcane Sanctum is being power built right now as well. So both are getting into a rather normal late game. ToD gets this around here. Grubby pulling the TP immediately. Does not let his Farseer go down. And there are 2 Ivory Towers in the inventory of this IEM, who is now heading towards the bottom right. Grubby clearly has seen those. And, okay, Beast 3 is now finished in the meantime. And he should be aware that the tier 2 expansion is coming by ToD right now. Alright, did some creeping. TC is level 2, already out-leveled his own first hero here. The item found was quite terrible by the looks of it, since he sold it already. Some more scouting is happening. It looks like the next shop is going to be crept by Grubby as well. Level 2 on the Beastmaster, level 3 on the IEM finally, and a Pendant of Energy, so quite mana heavy on his IEM here with a maximum of 630. Wolf is being slowed here, sees the 2 towers coming, sees the Town Hall coming. That's all he needed to see here to confirm what he basically must have already known. Level 3 on the TC already, thanks to a Tome of Experience, and that is quite big, because with that one now, he might be able to take quite a comfortable fight already, whereas with a level 2 TC, he wouldn't nearly have been in the position to really take a fight. Is the first raider coming? Yes, it's coming right now. So interestingly, ToD has gone for the bear here instead of the hawk. And is he gonna force another town portal out of the orc? I guess Grubby just wants to wait for that first raider. Okay, a raider has now joined. He's actually deciding still to use the speed scroll to not engage just yet. Next slow on to the first row Shadow Priest of Grubby. That's gonna be another kill here. Okay, and Grubby's actually just speeding away towards the top. Is gonna grab one of the 2 reinforcing casters, which is a priest. The next Sork here, well, Ensnare should be on cooldown for a while, but it looks like that one is still gonna fall. Some decent blocking done by Grubby. There is the Ensnare, another kill secured by the Orc player. In the meantime, the expansion has finished already. Disenchant is coming, another Walker has just spawned. Grubby's just stalling ToD here for the time being. Is there another slow? Yes, there is one more slow, which he could actually use. And ToD is wasting quite a bit of time on the Spirit Walker, and he's not even going to be able to get the kill here. Arcane Tower has been taken down. The Town Portal is coming in, and I think Grubby is going to have to Town Portal as well right now. Chain Lightning is coming in, and now actually Grubby seems to be confident in taking the fight, and look at how much damage he's able to do to these casters immediately. And yeah, actually with the Invo Potion, he's been able to take down all of the casters. Well, 2 of them are left standing. The Priest is gonna fall shortly though as well. Grubby is not gonna be able to win this fight here clearly, but thus far he's been able to trade quite well. Finally the first Orc unit is falling as well. Another Stork is being taken down, but not before casting one last slow onto this Raider, which forced another disenchant. One more disenchant is still available on the Walker though. The next Raider is in some trouble. He's used by Grubby. Is he gonna get the next kill here? Looks like he may be able to do so. Yes, he is. The Walker needs to change into Ethereal shape. Doesn't do so. Gigantic loads of damage output against the Walkers by these Water Elementals. And Grubby actually didn't pull the Town Portal. He did have it on the Farseer. This time I'm quite sure though. He used one earlier, but he rebought it. And that should have been the Town Portal, because that was clearly the time when Grubby was running out of steam. This has cost him the Farseer right now, as well as 2 more Raiders if this one falls here, which is exactly the case. Grubby has to retreat. ToD has a safe expansion and a really comfortable position here. And if Grubby wants to win this, he's going to have to take it very slowly, and he's going to have to do a lot of hitting and running. Farseer is being revived. 46 supply for ToD. Grubby still up in supply even, so he's... I mean, this was an amazing trade for the Orc before the Farseer has died. He lost like 1 Raider and 1 Walker the entire fight before the Farseer has fallen, and killed, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 casters of ToD. So great fight up to the point when the Farseer died. And now, of course, with ToD being in the driver's seat, he is taking the fight to Grubby. And, well, this tower is not going to last forever. 2 peons are moving out here. It looks like maybe for some additional scouting. Perhaps Grubby had his own counter expansion in mind. The Farseer is now back. We see that he carried the Town Portal there. Just didn't use it in time. TC is doing some more creeping. ToD revealing here does get a farm right now at the lab. Sees that TC is creeping. He's level 4. He's found the energy pendant. He doesn't have a Town Portal. The Farseer is gonna have to come down there to aid the rest of his army. But with the Farseer back, I'm not even sure if this is the greatest fight to take for ToD, because this TC is a force to be reckoned with. The Farseer is back as well, and ToD clearly doesn't have the superior army here. Grubby is getting the first caster killed. The casters trying to position themselves properly. A lot of disenchant spammed here. Only 1 water metal left standing, you know, from the summons here. The first of Grubby's units, one of the walkers here falling. Chain lightning onto the IEM. He has to use the Immo Potion quite quickly here. Another walker saved. Is there more mana? There's more mana on the TC. Another caster is falling. Look at how amazingly well Grubby is able to trade here. ToD clearly feeling way too confident after the kill on the Farseer, and he's definitely paying for that right now. He's gonna be forced to Town Portal out eventually. Speed Scroll is being used, but Grubby does have no interest in forcing the Town Portal just yet. He is completely satisfied with taking down every single one of ToD's casters, who only has his 2 heroes and 2 footmen left standing right now. Interestingly, did you just see the pig got ensnared here by a misclick of Grubby? But I mean, again, an insanely great trade for the Orc player, who's getting his own expansion right now. And, wow, look at this Griffin Aviary finished. ToD in the meantime has gone up to tier 3, adding double Griffin Aviary. I completely missed that. Paladin is coming as well. And Blacksmith. I mean, okay, that's, of course, good news for ToD. So, he doesn't need to rely on casters only against these... this Farseer TC hero combo, which is getting more and more scary, especially for casters, of course. But that doesn't really excuse, another reveal used here by ToD, doesn't really excuse the fact that ToD has just gone for another terrible trade. 50 supply for Grubby, still 54 for ToD, so even though he just got completely out-microed, still up in supply. But look at the hero levels, 4 and 3.5 against 4.5 and 3.5. So Grubby ahead by quite a bit. Again, the Arcane Tower gets killed first, and I think Grubby should be able to take this fight here. The Griffins are not yet ready for ToD. Once again, the Watermans are getting dispelled immediately, and this Town Hall is going to drop here. And once again, we're back at, or all of a sudden, we're back at one base against one base with both of the players having an expansion come up. Grubby is seeing the Griffin right now, so ToD has just revealed to the Orc player that he has gone up to tier 3 and added at least one Griffin Aviary. So that's actually a big factor here in the game, that Grubby now knows what he's about to be facing. Actually, never mind. Was the Paladin in this fight already as well? If so, then Grubby should have seen that a little bit earlier already anyways. But still, I mean, now he knows that he's going to be facing a bunch of Griffins. TC has reached level 5. Farseer almost level 4. Okay, at this point, on level 3 he did skill the level 2 Chain Lightning, so now at level 4 he's gonna get the level 2 Wolves, which at this stage of the match against a bunch of Griffins are gonna be taken down quite quickly anyways. But I mean, they can still be used for scouting and harassment, and at that the level 2 Wolves clearly are better than the level 1 Wolves. And ToD doesn't even have the resources for another expansion here.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, so both of the players continue to do some creeping. The TC, of course, doesn't need any more experience. ToD, on the other hand, finds the Staff of Silence up here, which is, of course, great against Farseer, TC, and all of the walkers here. Belt of Giant Strength, also not the worst item in the world. Still no expansion for ToD, who could rebuild it right now, but it looks like he just decides not to. Grubby, with the expansion running, has already gone into low upkeep. He's at 58 supply, adding a Wind Rider, adding another Walker. And yeah, there are level 2 Water Metals and level 2 Quill Beasts, so the damage output against Wind Riders is quite great. At the same time though, the damage output of Wind Riders against Griffin Riders is also quite great, so basically a little bit of rock, scissors, paper. Just depends on who micros their units to their fullest potential. Alright, so it looks like we might be seeing that fight right now. One Wind Rider out, and the Griffins immediately ensnared. The Wind Rider is taking a lot of damage immediately though. The Orc heroes now coming in for some AoE, I imagine. Shockwave and Chain Lightning are coming in. The first Raider is about to fall. Both of ToD's remaining footmen have already fallen, and he's the one forced to town portal out. The damage output is just too great on the side of Grubby, and he's outnumbering ToD by such a, by such a lot right now. It just seems extremely difficult for ToD to somehow come back into this game. He still doesn't have a new expansion. He's down by 15 supply. Okay, adding 2 Dragonhawks right now. Getting more units, so... Okay, he saved up for a long time, so... Again, probably not a fight he should have taken then, since Grubby had more of his resources on the field. Okay, another scout taken down here. Yeah, wolves. As I said, to harass, of course, the level 2 wolves. Quite useful here with their additional damage, with the critical strike. Grubby with the speed scroll, seeing with the scout PN where the human army was, trying to engage here, and the raiders are actually coming in for an ensnare. He's gonna get one of the casters killed. That's gonna be all for... No, actually, he's gonna get another one killed. Grubby just seizing the initiative, building on his advantage here. And now the 2 Dragonhawks, are going to be taken down quite quickly here. The first one has fallen already. The second one is about to fall. All of the Wind Riders still standing strong in the air. The level 5 TC is getting burned right now by the Arcane Tower. The next Griffin is being taken down. There's basically only the heroes and 2 Griffins standing right now for ToD against this huge Orc army. Chain Lightning rattling through again. Shockwave is getting rid of the last Griffin here. Shredder by ToD is now also joining the fight. The Beastmaster is ensnared and surrounded. He was carrying the Staff of Sanctuary, so he wasn't staffed here. He'll goes on the IEM one last time. Well, actually, perhaps not for the last time, as there was still a TP on him. ToD repositioning here again, really defending valiantly, but well, he's got one mine here which is about to run dry in a bit over a minute. Grubby's just quickly taking down these two towers, sees that there is no further expansion attempt by his opponent. It's now 78 supply, 1-0 on the melee units, 1-0 on the range units as well, against 43. So Grubby is almost doubling the supply of his opponent, who is in quite a desperate position here. 5.5 Farsi and level 6 TC. So 2 games in a row here with at least one hero reaching level 6. So okay, some harassment, Town Portal is coming in. Does he have another speed scroll? No, he doesn't, but the Divine Shield is going to wear off here soon. The Town Portal has to be pulled by ToD as well. Some Disenchant secures more experience on this TC, and the game ends again. Keep in mind, by the way, these are VAC TV recordings without chat, so just in case you thought ToD didn't give the fair GG here, he did, but it was just not recorded in this version of the replay. So to quickly recap, I think ToD got a pretty decent early game here, got the tier 2 expansion up without too much trouble, but there were 2 big fights in which Grubby was just able to trade way too well. The first one was at ToD's expansion, when initially ToD just lost so many casters and only basically got the momentum back because Grubby didn't pull his Town Portal in time on the Farseer. And the second one was at the bottom, where Grubby eventually ended up expanding when ToD felt like he had enough momentum to just keep the pressure up, but actually he was facing an army slightly superiorly sized compared to his one, and a monster of a TC and a Farseer that was already back on the field, and he just lost all of his casters and his Town Portal, and afterwards Grubby could expand on his own while at the same time attacking the expansion of his opponent and take it down. ToD, who had tagged up in the meantime to tier 3, just didn't have the army size left to defend his expansion. And afterwards we had Grubby with superior heroes, superior income, superior army size, superior everything basically. And of course in the final fight that clearly showed Grubby running over ToD, and Grubby moving on into the winner bracket finals. So next up, we're gonna see 2 rematches, which we've already seen in the group stage of these finals. At first, ToD, the loser of this one, is gonna face Lucifer, the loser of the previous match. And whoever wins that is gonna stay in the tournament. Whoever loses that is going to be out. So let's see if this time Lucifer is gonna be able to overcome his French human opponent, or if ToD is going to prevail again and kick Lucifer out of the tournament. And afterwards in the winner bracket final, we'll see Lyn and Grubby battling it out again. And we'll see if this time Grubby is going to be able to do better than a 2-0 defeat like we've seen in the group stage already between the 2 of those. That's it for this best of 3. 2 pretty good maps, especially the first one, pretty micro intense. I certainly enjoyed it. I hope you did too, and I hope you'll give this one a thumbs up and a comment, and I'll see you next time for Lucifer versus ToD. Until then, take care and bye.